Hello my fashion lovers, welcome to this tutorial. On today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this dress. It's a smoky top with a skirt. Smoky top with a skirt. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. Please like, share my videos and ask your questions in the comments section. It's going to be a short skirt and the upper part will be smoky blouse. Let's get started. To get started, we'll be cutting the down part, which is the skirt. And to cut the skirt, in order to have the gathers, we're going to be dividing our waist by 2. If your waist is waist 30, divide it by 2. Divided by 2, waist 30 divided by 2, that will give you 15. So that 15 you're going to divide it by 6.28. And that will be your waist measurements. And you go ahead and mark out your length. And you're going to cut 2 of it. That is like cutting 720-degree skirts. You're dividing your waist by 2. When you divide your waist by 2, then whatever you get, you divide it by 6.28, and you'll be cutting 2 of it, one for the front and one for the back. That is like you're cutting the front and the back separately so that you'll be able to get the gathers very well. Although I'm not going to gather anything, once you divide your waist by 2, you go ahead and place your measurement. The waist I'm working with is 30 plus 1 inch zip allowance, making it 32. I divided it by 2. What I have is 15.75. So that 15.75, you go ahead and divide it by 6.28. That is what I marked at the upper part. That is 2.5. And now I'm taking the length. Ankara is always short in length. So what I have here is less than 19, but I'm going to add my band to it. I'm going to add band to it to make up for the length. I'll add band of 2 inches to the skirt to make up for the remaining length. You go ahead and mark out the length of the skirt you want. Here what I have is 19 inches. So by the time I add the 2 inches band, it's going to be 21 inches in length. And the width is 2, the waist measurement is 2.5. When you divide your half waist measurement by 6.28, that is the formula for a full circle. You go ahead and connect your marks. When you're done, you go ahead and cut. And you are going to fold your fabric. You saw how I folded the fabric. You fold it into 4. Go ahead and cut out the waist, and this is the front part. You go ahead and use what you have to cut the back parts. You are cutting another one. The front and the back using the same measurements. You go ahead and cut it off. We now have two pieces, one for the front and one for the back. You go ahead and open up one side of the skirt. Open up the other side. At this point, if you have not liked my video, please like and subscribe. When you open it up, this is what you will have. And that is the skirt. Now we're going to take the upper part. The upper part is going to be an off-shoulder smoky blouse, and we'll be deducting 5 inches. I'll be cutting the front and the back. We'll be deducting 5 inches, and from that 5 inches, that is where we from 5 inches you get your chest measurement. That is where your armhole, that is 9 inches, and we're getting the waist measurement. And for the length I'm working with is 17. I added 2 inches to it, making it 19, because by the time you smoke it, it tends to shrink. Now we're going to be cutting the upper parts, marking the upper parts. That is the chest measurement, 9 inches, and the waist measurement. For the length, I added 2 inches to it. And for the neckline, upper chest measurement, you take your shoulder divided by 2 plus extra 10 inches. Shoulder divided by 2 plus extra 10 inches. On the bust measurement, you divide your measurements by 4. Whatever you get, you add. You add 15 inches to it, because it's going to reduce the measurement. I added 15 inches to it, to your measurement after divided by 4. And the waist measurement, divide your waist measurement by 4 and add extra 15 inches to it, because by the time you smoke it, it's going to shrink. And we're cutting the front and the back together. You go ahead and connect your marks. And when you're smoking, you're going to smoke at the front part of the fabric, not at the back. You smoke at the front part of the fabric. And at this point, if you know that your hand will not be straight, you go ahead and mark out 1 inch or half inch, depending on how you want to smoke it. You go ahead and mark it out, so that when you're smoking, it will be easier for you. Now you're going to take the smoky thread. Take the smoky thread, you're going to wrap it round. This one will be the one under, and your normal thread will be on top. You go ahead and wrap it round, and do not stretch it, do not drag it, just allow it to flow. Go ahead and wrap it round. Then take your fabric, go ahead and smoke it. You can use 1 inch or ½ inch. Sew it down straight, and after sewing, this is what I have. You see the 15 inches I added. It's still not too big. And for the sleeve, the length I'll be having is 14 inches for the sleeve. 14 inches for the sleeve. And the measurement at the upper part, my round armhole measurement plus 12 inches. My round armhole measurement divided by 2 plus 12 inches for the front and back. Then you go ahead and place the armhole you have on your main fabric on the sleeve and cut it off so that everything will be equal. Everything will be equal. You use this measurement when you don't want it to be too tight on you and to enter you, to fit you very well. And at the down part, your round sleeve measurement divided by 2 plus 10 inches. Go ahead and cut it off. And the same way you smoke the upper part, that is the same way you're going to smoke the down part. Make sure you fold first before you smoke. Go ahead and fold the upper part before you smoke it down. And when you finish, go ahead. I lost some of the videos, and this is the band. This is the band for the skirts. Cut out your band and attach to your skirts. Put your zip and attach to your skirt. And for the upper part, go ahead and after smoking, attach your sleeve the same way you attach your normal sleeve. And this is what you have. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. Like, share and subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.